Ryan Scott!
Welcome you to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Saints put up a 3 spot in the bottom of the third inning. Now lead this one 3-1. As Ryan Scott steps up for the second time tonight.
That time Merton's looping one inside for a ball, and seen Scott be super disciplined at the plate, but doesn't always necessarily attack pitches. He sees one he can hit. Maybe he needs to go out and get it.
That pitch, outer part of the plate for ball 2. Scott flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Really struggled at the plate to start the year. There's the 2-0 offering in there for strike 1.
And in terms of hitting, a lot of it is obviously timing. That's something we've talked to Peter Worth about when we talked to him the other night. But Merton's delivery, it's super slow, and as a hitter, I must imagine that must be really challenging.
That one's belted to right field. That one will find a hole. And Ryan Scott turns on the Jets. Will go to second base with a leadoff double.
How about extra base hits in back-to-back games for Ryan Scott? Going opposite field, not trying to do too much with the baseball there. Letting the bat do the work, pushes it out to that part of the ballpark. Right down the line, almost a mirror image of what we saw yesterday. But another extra base hit for a guy that's really struggling at the plate. Now you got 2 extra base hits in back-to-back days. The ball that wasn't even hit that play. Maybe kind of the time's changing, the wind's changing as Scott kind of sailing to some better waters.
Bring up Adrian Lopez for the second time tonight. Mertens fires the first pitch. Lopez thought about bunting, held back. Ball gets past Garcia. And now Ryan Scott will move to third with nobody out.
Talk about good communication there is Lopez realizing that ball gets past the catcher and saying, go, 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 get on your horse, move from second to third. Scott paying attention, bumps up 90 feet, and now he's there at third.
Mertens looking to set the 1-0. And that one hammered to right field. Cisneros Jr. on it, makes a diving catch, it appears, and Scott will run home. A beautiful play by Andy Cisneros Jr. And Ryan Scott will score. So a sac fly for Adrian Lopez. And I'll bring up number 4, Eli Watson.
Well, once again, we mentioned how maybe the Saints offense last 2 games has been a little cool, but here, Adrian Lopez doesn't get all of that one, doesn't really even put it in play in foul territory, but once again, putting the ball in the spot where a guy can score, that's fell into that right field area, just foul, but Cisneros has to go to ground to make that catch, and you almost wonder maybe if he doesn't even make a play there, if the Barons are able to kind of get out of the damage. Now 1 out here, and at the end of the day, probably the right play. You take the out there. 4-1 ball game.
Saints putting up 4 unanswered so far on Mertens, who was 6 up, 6 down in the first 2 innings. Eli Watson flew out to right field his first at-bat. Belts one to center field. Freeman tracking that one right at the warning track to make the out.
I mean, that one was absolutely hammered, and that's back-to-back at-bats. That Eli Watson, has put really good bat to ball, made great contact, but just unfortunate finding the right field in his first plate appearance. This one is just belted straight towards center field as you can get, and that one grabbed out there. But once again, back-to-back at-bats, good contact. It's been really tough for Eli Watson so far this year. Still missing his first hit.
Worth up for the second time today. Single to center field, got the first hit of the game for the Saints. That one outer half for ball 2.
had a weird assortment of guys in this lineup tonight, as the Saints have tried to put together a lineup that works, especially with all the guys in and out of the lineup.
As Worth flies out to the second baseman, Dylan
Cloud
Kordick,
into
and
shallow
that'll do
right
it for the
center
bottom of the
by
fourth inning. We'll head
second
to the top of the
baseman
fifth inning.
Dylan Kordick,
The Saints
and that
add a
ends
run,
the fourth
now up
inning.
4-1.
In the bottom.
All right, hello and welcome everyone live from Dr. Robinson Field here in Pasadena. Evan Davis joined alongside Adam Beck, and it's the home opener for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Looks like it will hit into the gap. Yes, it will, and it will score a run off the glove of Pollock. That will score two. It's quickly 4-0 at the top of the first inning for the Oaks. 3-1 offering, low and away for ball 4, and that will bring in the first run of the game. It's outside, ball 4. Fisher stumbling off the mound. Saints just finding any way possible to get some runs, and they've now walked in 2 with the Saints as a pass ball gets away. 5-2 lead for the Oaks. 2-1 offering, that one down the third base. Beltowski will fire that one across. 1 out now, but the runners advance to now be 5-3. First and second as they connect again. Rio didn't get a great read on that, and it's over his head. Ground roll double, and this game is tied. The 1-1 offering is connected on. That's in the left field, and that'll do it. The Saints come back down 5-2, and Peter Worth walks it off.
How about a 4 spot by the Oaks to start things off in the first inning? And how about a 4 spot in the bottom of the ninth for the Saints to end things in the 9th inning? What a game for the Saints.
Welcome you to the top of the 5th inning as Caleb Reyes puts together a solid 4 innings of work with 5 strikeouts, 3 hits, just the 1 earned run and the leadoff home run. As for the first time this season, we'll see the left-handed pitcher Spencer Said from UC San Diego made 22 appearances, started 5 of those games, 5.25 ERA. The opponent's batting .235 against him as that second pitch in there for strike 1.
And kind of funny, Reyes started the year wearing number 37, Said now wears 37. So getting his first opportunity to start things off, and he's got that really high leg kick, high delivery for a shorter player, 5'11". Don't really see that many pitchers under 6 feet.
From Pasadena, California, as that one's belted back, the count evened up at 2-2. He was a two-way player in high school, career batting average of .408. Pretty impressive as that one outside runs full. It's Andrew Kirchner up for the second time. He smoked a double into the left center field gap in his first at-bat. Pelts one right past a diving Ryan Scott, who actually makes the play onto first in time, not in time, as Kirchner beats it out.
So an infield single, but what a play there by Ryan Scott.
Number
Full
31,
Superman diving out to make that grab,
Cisneros.
keeping it out of right field, and probably still would have been a single if it gets into right field, but you never know, especially with the piece on that ball and maybe if it was curving down the line or so. Nonetheless, especially with that left-handed hitter, it might have had a little bit more hook than we were able to see. Potentially saving 90 feet there, but still really good effort from Scott. Really doing a nice job at first base tonight.
We have Andy Cisneros Jr., who grounded out to third in his first at-bat, takes that one low for ball 1. Coming into today, Cisneros batting just .087 on the year. That one fouled back. Count runs to 1-1. Cisneros now 0 for his last 10. Game against the Saints on the 21st went 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts. That one is connected right to the second baseman, Cam Conley, on to first. On to second, I apologize for the out, on to first. It's a force out for
Coming up to
Cisneros
bat
Jr.
is number 27,
Still haven't seen
Aiden
necessarily those double
Garcia.
play balls fall so far for the Saints middle infield. But a little bit better chemistry there between Conley and Lopez, now getting a couple more games under their belt together, that middle infield. Tossing the ball over to second, and Lopez unable to get it to first in time. Just the pace down the line from Cisneros making it challenging.
Bring up the backstop, Aiden Garcia, who flew out to left field in his first at-bat. 395 batting average in 42 games at Golden West College. 5 home runs, 41 RBIs. That one's in there for strike one. Cisneros Jr. switches places with Andrew Kirchner. And Spencer Stead working in his first appearance. Fires the 1-1 in there for strike two. And you don't see a lot of lefties in general on this Saints team, so nice to see another left-handed arm available. Andrew Wright, obviously we saw him yesterday against the Conejo Oaks. The 1-2 just outside. Count now 2-2.
And I like Sed's deception too, and the way he's able to kind of keep that baseball covered. Does a nice job.
That one swing and a miss. Sed's first strikeout in the CCL this season.
Number
Comes
38,
courtesy of Aiden
Roberto
Garcia.
Bueno.
And Roberto Bueno to step up for his second at-bat. Struck out swinging in his first one. Coming into tonight, just 1 for 18. Got 1 for 19 with that K. That one in there for strike one. Barons got a run on the first pitch of the game from Alejandro Torres, but have been held scoreless since then. As Sed fires that one, smoked foul, so the count quickly 0-2. Sed fires the 0-2, that one just off the front part of the bat. Count remains 0-2. Saints, the Barons' last hit came on that double from Kirchner. Haven't reached base via the hit since then.